Hello everyone. Welcome to our The Art of Reading podcast. It's a very ambitious name, but in fact, I'll share my humble experience here. I hope it will be of some use to the listeners. In this first chapter, I'll share my ideas for those who have just started reading, those who do not know which book to start with, and those who say that I always want to spend time reading but I couldn't start. I couldn't like it. When I say beginners, I don't mean the fairy tales and storybooks we read at early ages. You can think of it as high school age and beyond. I'll not say to start with fairy tales that you did not read as a child. If you are curious, of course read it. But considering that we passed those stages, I'll tell you how I started and how and with which books I loved to read. I can say that I started with dystopian books recommended by our philosophy teacher in high school. The first thing I read was George Orwell's 1984. As I loved this novel, I wondered about other dystopias and read them. Orwell published 1984 in 1949 and it tells the future, namely 1984, according to that time. All people are under constant surveillance by the government, thought police are everywhere. A truly dystopian world. The protagonist of the book realizes that this is wrong and the events begin. I'll not describe the book here. Maybe I'll make book reviews in the future, but that's not our topic. The next books I read, maybe in different order, The Dispossessed by Ursula Le Guin, Yevgeny Zamyatin, We, Thomas More, Utopia, Aldous Huxley, Brave New World. And then there is the unknown AD 2150, which I enjoyed reading very much, by Thea Alexander. I don't necessarily say to start with these. I loved reading with these books. I started with these books. Start with which subject interests you the most. Which books you are most curious about. Read books you love to love reading, not the books you say you need to read. Of course, if you like them, read them too. But the important thing here is not to get tired of reading. If you don't like it, stop the book and don't continue. If you don't like it, don't force yourself. It may be necessary to force a little bit because some books become nicer on forwarding pages. After a little progress, we like it and say we are glad we read it. But if it doesn't taste good, feel free to leave it. There are many books to read, but not that much time. Life is not enough for all of them. If you make a rough calculation, if you read at most 50 books a year, which is a lot, let's say you are 20 years old. By the age of 80, you can read 60 years times 50 books, which makes 3,000. You can calculate according to your own age. The books we read make us who we are, shape us. Which 3,000 are you? Choose them well.